Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fuel for Thought podcast. God, it feels like we've had summer break V2.
Yeah, it feels like
So
ages
long.
since we've done a podcast.
And I just want to call you out. There's no McLaren merch on you today.
I know, there's McLaren merch on you today. This is a change.
yeah.
This is a change.
You know, it's hoodie weather and premium Golf McLaren hoodie, so I thought I'd wear it.
Yeah, I like that hoodie a lot, and I always ask if I can have it. But you always ask if you can have my McLaren hoodie.
Yeah, I like the black. Black on black. It's nice. Anyway, we digress. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the US Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah.
So they officially named the US Grand Prix, even though it's one of three.
Yep. Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Yep.
A few things have changed since the last race. Daniel Ricciardo is gone. Liam Lawson is in.
I think, that was obviously... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think that was rumoured in the last race, wasn't it?
We haven't addressed it.
No, I feel like there was... I thought it was kind of newsworthy at first, but then the more it was talked about, the more it kind of faded out a little bit. Because initially I thought, something a bit odd here, because all the chat seems to be that he's just leaving F1 forever. And like usually it's like, oh, okay, he's not got a seat, but maybe another team will pick him up. And it's like, it makes you wonder... And it seems to have happened very quickly. So, like, initially I wondered, has something gone down internally at Red Bull? Because we know there's been tensions all season. There's been a CEO scandal in which he didn't step down, which has probably caused a lot of...
Turmoil.
Turmoil within the team. It's a good word.
Thank you.
That's what I was looking for. And so I thought, maybe he said something. Maybe he's upset the wrong person, but maybe he's sort of spoken his mind. Who knows? It's
Possibly,
hard to tell at the moment. But yeah, it seems to the rumor is that Helmut Marko wanted him out of the car.
Yeah, so. It's just a shame to have like that kind of. Obviously, he's not world champion and all of that, but he's got 8 wins and he is a successful driver. And it's just a shame that he's not been able to kind of have the farewell from the sport that he deserved, I think.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that made me sort of question it is like the reaction from RB was very underwhelming, especially compared to all the other teams and drivers.
Yeah,
and it was almost them just like trying not to give it any attention on purpose. And it seemed odd.
I think I saw a nice message from Mercedes, which was way better than RB's. Yeah. Obviously, he's never driven for Mercedes, so it's a bit mad how a team that he's never driven for has given him a nicer goodbye than any of his other teams.
Yeah, it almost suggested tension, didn't it?
Yeah.
And as well, Lawson was almost announced in the same breath. It was like 2 tweets half an hour apart, I think. So
pre-filmed video of Lawson saying, "Hiya, I'm driving now."
And like it's not great for him either, because everyone, no one's thinks he doesn't deserve a seat, but he's just been cast in the same shadow as this really odd departure from Daniel Ricciardo, seemingly from the sport.
It does seem so. It does. Another
thing that seems just very strange to me. It didn't feel like a retirement, but it also feels like he's not coming back. So,
yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Definitely.
Anyway.
Yeah, who knows? In other news, before we get into the Austin thing, I met a legend at the weekend. The one and only.
Steinership.
Gunter Steiner. I went to his show where he was kind of interviewed about his new book.
Oh, it is, A Night with Gunter Steiner, is it?
Exactly, yeah. Well, it's an afternoon, but yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, technically it's called an evening with Gunter Steiner,
that's right, yeah.
But I went in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I managed to meet him. What a legend.
You did.
What a legend. I would love to have him on the podcast one day. Obviously, I met him for probably about 2.5 seconds. But yeah, I didn't get to say anything to him, which is sad. But I'd love to.
Yeah, you did like a little drive-by with your TikTok, didn't you?
Yeah, my TikTok. Yeah,
It was on TikTok.
Do you know what? This is a hack, right? My friend told me this hack. When you are taking a picture of someone, screen record your screen, because then you get a little video as well. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
So I was screen recording and I took a picture.
But can't you just take a video and then screenshot the video?
Yeah, but it's not going to be it's not going to be as nice of a picture.
But also, can't you take a video and then press the camera button and it takes
all right,
pictures?
yeah, that is a feature. Yes, you can do that. All right, that's whatever.
Anyway,
I actually have a surprise for you.
For what? I didn't know about this. She's off camera getting a thing out.
I got you a signed
Got
book.
me a book. Thank you. And he signed it.
He signed it for you.
No way.
He told me to tell you, "Hi Will, thanks so much for being a massive Gunter Steiner fan."
Well, it says, for my biggest fan, Will. Much love. No, it doesn't. It's just signed by...
Do not read this book.
That's really cool, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Read
as I'm
that.
there. Yeah, it's actually, obviously the show was kind of like him talking through the book. But yeah, I'm actually really interested to read
Thank
it.
you.
That's all right. Not sponsored by Gunter Steiner, but we wish it was.
Yeah, definitely give that a read.
Yeah, it looks like a very interesting book, and I find it quite interesting to hear about how like people like Gunter Steiner have like worked their way through through their career to get where they are. I find that so fascinating where they start and kind of like their
'cause
progression.
It's not all about how smart you are. It's sort of about how you present yourself
Yeah.
at different stages in your career, and
Exactly.
and sort of get to where.
Yeah, and networking and stuff like that.
It's certainly about being sort of street smart as well as intellectual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame it's not a softback, because then it'll be easier to carry on a plane. But
Yeah.
no,
oh
you know
well.
what? It looks nicer like this.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah,
I
cool.
think it
Thank
looks
you.
really interesting.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you,
You can
very
keep
much.
that forever.
Right. Let's talk about the race,
All
shall we?
right.
So, a quick recap of last year. I had to go back because last year was a bit of a blur. I knew Max won it because Max won it almost every race last year.
Yep.
But he actually started sixth.
He did. So in the sprint race, he started first, finished first. Kind of not
much to
much
say
else.
about
Yeah.
that.
In the race, started sixth.
And who other than Charles Leclerc got pole?
What?
Got pole position last year.
Oh, who other? Max.
No, as in
Oh.
who else than the pole master himself is what I'm saying.
Right. Okay, I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was very confused by your statement.
You know, who else is it going to be?
Yeah, if it's not Max, it's going to be Charles.
If I would say to you, someone other than Max got pole, who's good at getting pole positions?
Well, this year I would say Lando.
Yeah, but then Charles has got a few unexpected ones as
True.
well.
Yeah,
because
true.
Lando's got the ones he's expected to get. Mm-hmm. But Charles puts that car in places that it probably shouldn't be.
He does indeed.
So, but Lando takes the lead into the first corner.
Yeah.
Which is funny what happens when he's not under pressure of starting on pole, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's
true.
Sort of
Started P2, didn't he?
is able to make a good start, yeah.
Yeah. But obviously the rocket ship of the Red Bull made its way past everyone.
Well, you say that. This race was a little bit, I would say, touch and go relative to the season because Max only won by 2 seconds. Lewis came second.
Yep.
And Lando came third, I think.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, I think that was right. Mm-hmm. So Max only won by 2 seconds. So a second off of Lewis's pit stop here and there. You know, different strategy. Like Mercedes were looking at potentially fighting for the win at one point, but it was.
This track seems quite exciting as well for like
It's a good track.
track limits and stuff like that and overtaking and all of that jazz.
It's a good track because they've taken elements inspired from other great racetracks and implemented it, which is a good way to do it.
I think this is my favourite US Grand Prix.
Oh, what track?
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
I'm not a massive fan of Miami, and obviously Vegas is relatively new still. So
It is, and it's more about the I guess the fanfare around it all, and the gimmick of look at it's in the Vegas Strip, and rather than it being an iconic layout.
yeah. Whereas I think Austin is a great track to race around.
It's good.
Basically.
Turn 1's always good. Oh yeah, but turn 1 does seem to be one of the main sort of overtaking zones. So yeah, but I suppose it's similar to Brazil in that sense.
Yeah. But then a lot of people can be pushed off in turn 1, can't they?
Which we'll get on to.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Right. The sprint race, because it's a sprint weekend. We finally got another sprint weekend. I don't know if I'm excited for it or not.
I don't know. Qualifying's always on a Friday, which is a work day, so it kind of is like a bit,
Yeah.
I don't know,
But
hard to watch.
yeah, what have we got for our sprint predictions then?
So,
All right, as always, you go first.
all right, my sprint prediction is Max Verstappen will be P3.
Uh-huh.
George Russell, P2. Lando Norris, P1.
Okay, so I think we've gone similar routes here.
Okay.
I've gone George Russell P3,
Okay.
Max Verstappen P2,
Yeah.
and Oscar Piastri in
Oh,
P1.
where's Lando then?
Who knows?
I think Lando's really good coming back from a break, though. I think he really gets himself together, and he just like hits out of the park when he
he
comes
just
back.
needs a little bit more consistency in his the top level performances. Obviously, he's consistent every week and putting in really good performances, but sort of the top. So I think he's prone to a mistake sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think maybe this is one of those times. And Oscar is good at sprint races.
Yeah, true.
And then I kind of thought, who else is good at sprint races? Who else's car is good? Probably Ferrari's on the up at the moment.
Yeah.
But Mercedes maybe, and George is good at sprint races too, and he's good at qualifying.
Yeah.
So.
And Max.
Is Max.
Is Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously
And
he's
it's
good at sprint
Austin.
races. He's good at everything. So yeah, that was my logic. How about yours?
How about my logic?
How about your logic?
Pretty much the same. I just think as I said, I think Lando will smash it out of the park this weekend. He'll win the sprint race. He'll have it in his mind that he's going to win the championship. He is going to win the championship. Gunter Steiner said he's going to win the championship.
Oh yeah.
So
He's got an uphill battle.
yeah, he has. He has.
That would be probably the best end to this season to make it like a truly special season. Because for all this to happen, just for Max to have gained a big enough lead in the first 7 races, it'd just be such an anticlimax, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So let's
Very true.
at least hope it goes down to the last day.
Yeah. And I think that George is going to do well this weekend. That's why I've put him in P2.
Nice.
And then obviously Max is Max, isn't he? And I think the Red Bull will kind of have have a better race this weekend than they have in other races. So that's why I've put him on the podium in the sprint.
Okay.
Okay, Qualifying, I have put Charles Leclerc in P3, Oscar Piastri in P2, and Lando Norris on pole position.
Okay.
Charles, Oscar, Lando.
Okay. So, what about Max?
I know I said Max is Max, but
Didn't qualify well here last year. Has got a second, maybe third best car at the moment.
yeah.
We don't know. I don't know about around this track.
I think that the Red Bull will be a good car this weekend, but I think that other cars will be better than
Yeah.
him in a one lap situation, you know?
And lots of variables. So
Exactly.
And you think a McLaren's lockout,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically par for the course. Everyone, what should happen if everything goes as it should?
Yeah. So I think McLaren 1-2, and then Charles Leclerc is Charles Leclerc.
Leclerc,
He
yeah,
can put a lap together.
So-
He'll be there.
I've put Verstappen P3,
Okay.
Norris P2,
Okay.
and Leclerc P1. So
Classic. I wouldn't be surprised.
same top 2 as last year.
Yeah.
But Leclerc he's so rapid.
He is.
He's so good at qualifying.
Yeah. And he's got a pole here before, so that was my logic for what was it? Was it Bahrain? No.
Monza,
Monza. It was one of them.
the one he won.
Yeah. One of my
Wait,
yeah, maybe.
'cause he
Yeah.
did
Because I
start pole,
predicted.
didn't he?
I predicted
Yeah.
that. That was my logic. He puts loads of laps together,
Yeah.
all that jazz. You know,
Yeah.
he loves it. He loves a pole position.
So, yeah. I think sort of between those 3 teams, we might see some interesting battles this weekend.
And Mercedes as well.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
I think so. Definitely.
Yeah. More about the race?
All right. The race, I have put Lewis Hamilton in P3, Charles Leclerc in P2, and Lando Norris in P1.
All right.
Isn't that interesting?
Talk to me about Hamilton P3.
Hamilton P3, Mercedes is going to be rapid. I think that something's going to happen with George, that he's not going to be with Lewis, or he'll be behind Lewis. Lewis will do better in the race than George. And I think Mercedes will have good pit stops. I think they'll be speedy.
Do you see him
Technical
overtaking
Sam.
Verstappen then?
You have to wait for my bold predictions to see what happens to Verstappen.
Okay. And then you said Leclerc P2.
Yep.
And that's just because he'll have a strong race.
Strong race. And Oscar, I've obviously taken Oscar out of the top 3.
Where's that? We'll see in your thing.
No, I haven't put that in my bold. I just think that something's going to happen to him. And obviously, they're going to want a P1 and P2. But I think if they have to favour someone, they'll favour Lando, which
They have to.
Exactly.
They have to now.
Which may cause Oscar to lose a podium.
There is no question about it anymore.
That's I don't know. I just have,
And Lando first because he has to win this race.
He has to,
He has to.
And I believe in him. Clearly you do as well with your McLaren jumper on today.
I've put Oscar Piastri in P3. Mm-hmm. I've put Charles Leclerc in P2. Mm-hmm. I've put Lando Norris in P1.
Nice. So you swapped out Lewis for Lando for Oscar. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you put Piastri in your qualifying?
I didn't.
Okay. So you've done opposite to me.
Yeah, basically.
So what happens to Max in your top 3? Seeing as you asked me that question.
Well, we'll see.
I see.
I think one of Piastri's strengths is kind of fighting, not through the field like Perez had to do every week because he's rubbish at qualifying, but fighting from like the P5s, the P6s, and really taking the race to like the other top drivers.
Yeah.
So I think, he's really strong from those positions.
Let's just hope no one like Esteban Ocon or
last year.
Yeah, or Carlos Sainz takes him out of the race.
Sainz might have a strong race too.
Yeah.
He's actually been quite impressive this season.
I think we're sleeping on Sainz this predictions.
Yeah, you might be right. But yeah, same as you, Norris has to win this race. And if he doesn't, then he's in big trouble.
Look, I've saved the date of Abu Dhabi and I've not made any plans. So it better be a fight between Max and Lando, and I better be watching Lando Norris be a world champion.
I cannot relive the stress of 2021.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. let's not dwell on that for now.
No. Yes. That not really much else to say about that. Norris has to win. I've got him winning.
Me too.
And as always, we've got some bold predictions.
Oh yeah.
Right. So what have you got?
My first one explains what happens to Max.
Okay.
Max Verstappen. I've put Max Verstappen to DNF either the sprint or the race. Obviously, in my predictions, he's DNF'd the race. But my bold prediction, I will do either. So he will DNF one of the races.
Okay. All right. Trying to be a bit high level, a bit vague there, just to get you.
A little bit vague. But I don't know.
It's still bold either way.
It is bold because obviously Max can't really be DNFing because otherwise it will make it easier for Lando.
Well, if he DNFs both races and Lando wins both, that is a big point swing.
Yeah, I actually don't have the energy to do the maths right now, but I wonder how many
points is it for a sprint? Is it 10?
Yes.
So it's 35 points. And if Lando is 36...
Is it 10? Yeah, it's 10.
I think it's 10.
It's 10, yeah.
I think. Or is it 8?
No, it's 8, I think.
Is it top 8?
Yeah, top 8. So 8 plus 25.
32.
32.
No, 33. God.
Okay. And if he gets fastest laps, that's 35. And then...
What? Oh, two fastest laps.
Two fastest laps, 35.
Yeah, okay.
And I think he's only like 50-something points behind. So we then have to just...
A big swing.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
Wow. There we go. I've written it in the stars now.
So my first one is there will be an incident on turn 1, lap 1, which will force multiple drivers off the track.
Ooh, multiple drivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like someone spins and everyone has to go whoa around the outside.
I see.
Someone crashes.
I see. I can see that happening.
Sainz a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I can see that happening definitely at Austin.
Exactly. So
yeah.
Maybe not so bold. Well, I guess it is bold.
It is bold.
Predictable.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I think that will, obviously safely. I feel like I have to clarify that every time. Do you remember last year? I used to be like, God, I get really nervous when we watch the start because I'm really scared that one of them's going to crash out.
Yeah, and now you're like, get him.
Yep. My second bold prediction is the top 5 finishers of the race will be from different teams.
So, McLaren... Wait, haven't you put McLaren 1-2?
That's qualifying.
I
put Lando, Charles, Lewis.
So McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes,
Red Bull,
and
Hulkenberg,
Hulkenberg.
or Fernando Alonso.
That is bold. Yeah, I can see it.
You know, it could happen. I actually don't think that's as bold as it would have been last
It's
year.
still bold. It's like
Yeah.
doing like a 5-fold accumulator on a betting thing, isn't it?
Very true, very true.
But yeah.
It could happen.
So I think this one's quite boring actually, but it kind of Red Bull will have a slow pit stop
Okay.
because they don't do that.
They don't
but
do that.
they are in some dire straits at the moment.
Yeah.
So they're prone to a mistake at the moment.
I think it's a snowball.
Yeah, that's going to be
effect
what
that's happening.
happens to Max.
Yeah.
And he's going to get really annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to see some angry Max radios this weekend.
Oh, yay. Hopefully he doesn't get any more, what's it called?
Community service.
Community service. Yep. Anyway, my third bold prediction is whoever qualifies on provisional pole will get their lap time deleted. This happened to Max Verstappen last year. Might happen to Max Verstappen again. And obviously, I know we haven't really had much track limit issues like this season, but I think Austin is like a big one for it. I think a lot of people got their track times deleted.
We had a lot in Austria again, didn't we? I feel like.
Maybe. I don't remember. But I think that this is going to happen. I've used this a couple of times before this season, but that's not really worked very well. But this is going to happen.
So I don't know if I've cheated for this third one, but
Right.
I've mixed it up. Okay, and this is a non-racing prediction. There will be a new Martin Brundle gridwalk meme moment
Okay.
this weekend.
Love it.
Because it's America.
Yeah.
You get all of the eccentric American celebrities pretending they like the racing, just there for their media, because their media manager told them to do it. And it's like, he'll try and talk to an up-and-coming TikTok star or something, TikTok musician, and they'll snub him or make a funny comment not knowing who he is. And I don't know.
Do a Cara Delevingne where refuse to talk to him.
Yeah. Something will happen.
Bless him.
So
Bless him.
I thought that's quite an interesting.
He is honestly like my social anxiety could never.
I know.
I could never go up to someone for them to just reject me.
I'll put this on the shelf.
Oh,
Actually.
thanks so much.
Yeah.
Glad you appreciate
No one can
that.
see this. I'm putting my book on the display.
Of course. You'll be reading that.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I'll definitely be watching that. You won't be because you'll be in the US, won't you?
Ironically, I'll be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You'll be able to see them set up for.
Yeah, that'd be annoying though, because it'd just be scaffolding and and
true.
privacy glass.
True. Shame you're not in Austin this weekend.
Yeah, but I'll definitely catch up on the race
Yeah, for sure.
in preparation for the old race review for us
Yeah.
to talk about it.
I'm sure you'll see any meme moments on Twitter if you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
if you wanted to.
And I'll be able to. Well, for me, it'll be at normal time. It'll be at 2 p.m.
Yeah, you'll be
Not
fine.
that I'll be watching it,
Actually, I
but-
don't know what time it is for me.
Well, it'll be 7 p.m. 5 hours. They're 5 hours behind in Texas.
Oh yeah. The race is at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Oh, I thought they were. Oh, maybe the clocks go back by then in America, because
Oh, maybe.
clocks go back about a week before they do here in America.
8 p.m. for me. So 5 hours behind would be
Well, I looked it up earlier. The race is
3
at 2.
p.m.
At 2 local
Okay, so
time.
2 p.m. So if they're okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway,
What? Who's your driver of the day?
yeah, we've got one more thing. My driver of the day is going to be Oscar Piastri.
Okay. Mine's going to be Lando Norris because he's going to get everything. He's going to win everything.
Well, Lando will probably get it if he wins. But I think if Piastri puts in a good performance and really impresses, making his way up to P3, I think there's a world where he deserves it.
Yeah, he does. Another quick question. Liam Lawson is back.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you reckon he's going to finish in the race? We'll just go race.
He's going to finish P13.
I was literally going to say that. Okay, I'll go P14 then. Just to
'Cause-
be different. I don't think he's not going to get any points.
The
I'm
easy
sorry, he's
answer
not
would be,
going to get any points.
P11, he'll do really well. It's like,
Yeah.
he'll do all right.
Do you know what I was thinking actually? Did Danny Rick ever get to race in Vegas?
Yeah, last year.
He did.
Oh, wait.
Was his hand all right then?
Yeah, because it was one of the last races.
Thank God. Because that was his dream.
Yeah.
I'm glad
No,
he got
did,
to
he
live
did,
it.
he did.
Anyway. Any other comments about this race?
Don't think so, no. We've got a triple header now, and then another long break.
Yeah.
And then was it the desert races after that?
Yeah, I think so.
Middle East races.
Yeah.
So night races, like, so yeah, a few races to come. Exciting.
Good
Back
to
in
be
the swing of
back.
things.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, let us know what you think is going to happen this weekend. Leave a like, subscribe, get involved. But yeah, we'll catch you after the US Grand Prix, where hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we'll hopefully have a Lando Norris Grand Slam.
Yeah, where Ricciardo doesn't take it off him. Right.
What? Ricardo?
Yeah, by getting the fastest lap.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, he won't be there too. So anyway, bye.